Hello, singers. I'm Brett Manning. Thank you for trusting singing success with your vocal development. The program you've just purchased is my life's work, and I'm honored that you've purchased this program in pursuit of mastering your mix. This program is not a quick fix, although I believe it's the fastest, most effective tool for mastering your mix. This program is the accumulation of half my life, 21 years of research and development. I think it's ironic that we are releasing this program in the 42nd year of my life. Those of you who pursue this to the end, doing all 12 CDs, which could easily be done in 3 weeks, watch the DVD, and then go back through the CDs again and again, will experience such phenomenal growth that your friends, colleagues, peers, family, and critics will be astonished. I know this because every day in my studio, I hear singers talking about the rich, satisfying experiences of singing out with amazing confidence, literally blowing audiences away with ease. When using this program, I'm asking that you decide now to never give up. Don't let the bullies of self-doubt, excuse-making, frustration, and criticism steal your joy and determination. In all this, I'm not asking that you give me a try and not give up on my system. I'm asking that you not give up on you. This reminds me of a man who was a prisoner of war and was digging a tunnel to escape when he ran into solid rock. He chiseled away for 6 months, only breaking off small chunks of rock at a time. Eventually, the prisoner gave up and decided he was doomed to spend the rest of his life as a prisoner of war. A decade later, after political pressure and peace treaties were signed, the prisons closed and the prisoners released, the prisoner decided to return to the tunnel with more sophisticated tools and large hammers and break through the wall as a matter of symbolic satisfaction. While in prison, he had already chiseled through 16 feet of stone. In the end, he was 5 inches from freedom. This is the case of many singers who've given up just before their biggest breakthroughs. Don't quit. Don't give up. You've made an investment. Now, take pride in the ownership of what I believe is the most complete, advanced method to building a phenomenal voice. The voice must be developed part and parcel before combining resonance. The chest voice must stand on its own. The head voice must be pure and resonate freely in order to give the chest voice something to mix with. Pharyngeal is an optional crayon for coloring. To fill these resonators, let's start with the chest voice. Place your hand on your sternum and say, ah, ah. Feel the vibration against your chest voice. This is a sympathetic vibration of chest voice, though the resonance is mainly felt external. There is an internal resonance for the chest voice. This is against the hard palate or the roof of the mouth. So place your hand above your lip with your index finger against your lip and palm facing downward like this. Notice all the resonance, ah, is felt in the palm of your hand, ah, as a mirror of the resonance felt in the roof of your mouth when you say, ah, ah, ah. So the chest resonance is felt externally against the sternum and internally against the roof of the mouth. Now, to feel the head resonator, place your hand on top of your head and your other hand against your lip, like we did earlier, and say, whee, whee, whee. Notice how you feel resonance vibrating against your skull. Not everyone will feel this in their own voices at first because it is hard to isolate the sensations in your body. If someone next to you were to place their hand on your head, they would definitely feel the head vibrations. The third resonator is the forgotten mechanism called pharyngeal. And you can feel this in the back of your throat and the face and nasal cavities on the sound ang, ang. This resonator has the job of releasing the chest voice towards head voice and is itself a bridging mechanism. Let me explain more simplistically. The resonance that is in the mouth often gets trapped in the mouth. This chest voice has the tendency to feel like every note higher gets harder until the chords have a sudden loss of compression and the voice flips into falsetto like this. The pure, legit head voice has the tendency to feel a complete sense of release and very little resonance of mouth resonance. The problem? Getting from mouth or chest resonance to the nasal or head resonance without an audible click, flip, or outright break in your voice. The answer to this is twofold. One is to develop the in-between, or what we call the connecting resonator, which is the pharyngeal sound that we were just talking about. The resonator has the function of blending the head and chest resonators together because it is actually the second resonator. So, the resonance ascends from chest up through the pharynx and finally into the head. In the mid-ranges of the voice, all three resonators are actually creating a balance and pleasing tone. The principle is not one of addition, but of multiplication of resonators. So, instead of 3 plus 3 plus 3, we should be thinking 3 times 3 times 3. This is the place of maximum quality to any healthy voice. It is the commercial part of the voice that is saved up for the money notes. The pharyngeal voice also has the job of coordinating the muscles that produce the chest voice with the muscles that produce head voice. They tend to thin out the voice when it comes to the bulk of musculature being used, but sound is not lost because you are creating with resonators that actually are supposed to activate at the same time as you surrender the weight off the musculature. This would be like shooting a basketball from the three-point line at 20 feet out after shooting free throws at 15 feet out, but not increasing your muscles to make the shot. This is what the pharyngeal is to the voice. Legs for increased power and range. The second principle of blending uses pharyngeal and more musculature from the cords themselves through what we will call edge control. This is the idea that we can blend through a process of what we call shading. Shading is the letting off of head to chest without the utilization of the pharyngeal, producing light and buttery tones similar to Smokey Robinson, Matthew Ward, or Luther Vandross. And country music, Vince Gill would be a master of these coordinations. Finally, understanding these two qualities of mix can be understood in terms of the brassy, trumpet-like pharyngeal voice or the hooty, flute-like mix. If, when using this program, you find that your voice tires easily, has excess strain or chronic breathiness, meaning a raspy tone, then you should see an ENT or throat doctor. If your main difficulties are an organic cord dysfunction that will not allow you to make the sounds asked of you, then medical attention would be wise. When using this program, don't get tripped up by the title, Mastering Your Mix. I've not mastered mine yet, and nor have most of my colleagues. Very few singers have any degree of mastery over their mix. However, there are some, and I've had the privilege of taking them there. And also I've had brief moments where I've experienced levels in my voice that I thought I would never attain to. Less because of my gift or knowledge, more because of my excessive teaching load and perpetually fatigued voice. The beautiful thing is, while enduring these impossible conditions, that I've still had moments where I've been at levels with those who have mastered their voice. Take advantage that you now have a system and a plan towards maximizing your voice. Do not compare yourself to anyone but yourself. When doing this program, most of the exercises will start with the male voice, only because we typically start low and warm up to the high voice. If you are a lady who can sing the low notes, start with the men. Those exercises starting on the high notes will begin with the ladies. If you are a male singer who can sing high easily, you can also start with the ladies. But be sure to sing only the pitches you are comfortable with. Do not keep singing if you feel strain or discomfort. Move on to another exercise and then come back to the one you were being challenged with. Every day is different, and your voice will always respond differently depending on rest, stress levels, hormone levels, travel, weather, sickness, and all other variables that affect the stability of the singing voice.